When someone asks me तुम करते क्या, मैं सीधा बोलती हूँ मैं entertainment में हूँ, बस full stop. You need to just say कि तू कर लेगी, तू कर तो, like शुरू तो कर.
Untimely art is not art anymore.
I'm such an advocate of brands becoming content creators. I love comments. I think the Indian comment section is the best thing.
I've seen creative people typically struggle with process orientation of this nature.
No, have Excel sheets for everything.
Here is one industry where I think focus can become a massive Achilles heel.
I feel it's very ridiculous seeing highly educated people doing 3-second thumkas for views.
Sahiba, welcome to the BarberShop. Welcome to Razorpreneur 2.0. I know we spoke about it, but see, we got into content in a very serendipitous way as a brand, right?
Yeah.
We don't have the license to be engaging because our category is actually not very engaging.
Right.
We don't have the media budgets of our market leaders. Our consumers use our products alone inside the bathroom, and most men don't talk about it. So word of mouth is so limited. Unlike, for example, Zomato we were talking about, where food is such a social thing.
Food is a social thing, yeah.
So we were always struggling here. How do we make our brand and product more central? And BarberShop, because we were a challenger brand, we realized entrepreneurship is our thing. So let's build content around entrepreneurship, and let's subtly brand it with Bombay Shaving Company by calling it the BarberShop, bringing in other entrepreneur stuff like that, using the founder's face. And that's actually done very well for us.
Yeah.
But then we built a investment house called the BarberShop Syndicate. We started doing a lot of stuff in reality. So we did something called Razorpreneur, where we decided to disseminate entrepreneurial skills through challenges.
Right.
So Razorpreneur 1.0 was कि अगर आपको entrepreneur बनना है, तो आपको बेचना सीखना है.
Correct.
Know how to sell. Right?
सही बात है वैसे.
It became very successful and big. This time we said that if you want to build a business and if you're an entrepreneur, especially the brand space, you have to learn how to make content.
Correct.
You have to build an instinct on content, whether you're advertising or creating or both. Right? And also, there are so many young entrepreneurs who are building businesses in the content space.
Right.
So if you're going to do content, you should know how to monetize and build out business. So Razorpreneur 2.0 is actually around India ka smartest creator con. Right? Which is, it's a big industry, becoming very big, but we have to kind of nurture it, make sure that it's viable economically, and people enter with the right expectations.
No, I love it.
Thank you for coming for that.
Thank you so much, because I'm such an advocate of brands becoming content creators. I feel there's so much merit on it, and also it's a means to an end also. People just think that it's very frivolous or it's time pass, but it's not. The amount of brand building you do with content, the amount of tangible sales it can lead to is very important, and I think it's great that you're doing this and teaching budding entrepreneurs how to make content.
But tell me about your journey, like your journey with content. How did it start? I know I've followed you a lot. You are actually an actor at heart.
Yes.
So you have been in the world of drama and kind of the creative arts. But education took you in the direction of marketing, and now you've kind of combined both of those. But talk about your journey a little bit.
So it's actually very interesting. I always say this in every talk I go to. I'm a perfect byproduct of my parents. My dad's a finance, strategy, banking dude, and my mom came from a creative space. She was in journalism, mass media, event manager. So I feel like उन दोनों का जो perfect combination है वो मैं बन गई थी. I joined the corporate world. I studied. I did marketing. I did economics. But I always had a leg in drama, in theatre, and being the only child, I loved entertaining myself. So I loved like talking, singing, being in front of the camera. So I wanted to combine the two. And my parents put me in every extracurricular possible growing up. I was doing horse riding, Bharatnatyam, music, Casio, and theatre. सब छोड़ दिया eventually, नाटक नहीं छोड़ पाए. Like I love drama so much. And I was always doing theatre, and I was always doing acting, but my parents were obviously like, education is most important, which it is. I'm a huge advocate of getting that degree and studying and educating yourself. Got multiple degrees, and I was like, but my 9-to-5 job is great, but I still want to do something interesting. So I moved to Bombay. I was doing a full-time job, and I started doing films and web shows and everything, and I started handling the two pretty well. But then I didn't like Bombay. It was too much of a being an outsider, pata nahi in this industry how you're supposed to be. Sometimes people take advantage of your vulnerability. You're lost because there's no one to help you. So I was like, इतनी पढ़ाई की है, इतनी मेहनत की है, छोड़ो अब corporate ही करते हैं. And that's when Zomato happened. I applied to so many jobs. I got a job in Grant Thornton as a consultant, Zomato, Uber, Paytm. But I'm so glad I chose Zomato because it was a young brand and I knew the type of marketing that I can do is something that is me, something I enjoy doing and I can add value. And that's when I realized the importance of content creation as a brand, because for the first 3 years, so general marketing kar rahe the until we realized that.
Which year was this?
2019.
Okay.
So I did Feeding India, which is their CSR vertical. Then I did Zomato Live, which is the events vertical. And then Central Marketing, where I was talking to consumers. And then we launched the YouTube channel. That's where content at its core started developing for a brand. And I realized how important it is. And from there, once I left Zomato also, it was like, jahan par main jaungi, content or entertainment as a brand ko I will really highlight. Because I think it resonates a lot with the consumers and it really builds a lot of brand love. And if you remember, पहले ज़माने में सिर्फ ब्रांडिंग होती थी, सिर्फ ब्रांड लव मार्केटिंग होता था, परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग नहीं थी पहले. So nowadays everyone's so hell-bent on your performance marketing, people are forgetting that brand love, and that's where content and storytelling comes into play.
Yeah. And how is it now for you? How do you straddle content? Because I'm assuming that I still see you in movies and so on. So you still, is it like something which is very osmotic, like everything feeds into each other and it's building out?
You know, it really helps because while I was doing my corporate job, because I was from the entertainment industry, so getting actors to endorse us, influencer marketing, ads, working with agencies, everything was like very easy for me. I just had to make a call and say, hi, meeting rakh le, jaldi se khatam ho jata tha. So I think it fed into each other. Even right now when I'm doing full-time content and cricket and anchoring and everything, it's very easy for me to freelance for clients. So brands will come asking for some certain strategies and help. And because of this ecosystem, it becomes easy. Like I have knowledge about what movie is coming out or what show is coming out, where we can get sponsorship, etc. So it was a very symbiotic ecosystem, I feel.
But क्या करते हो आप सिखाते भी हो? You teach also. You teach in ISB and IM and MICA.
Yeah.
You act also. You create content, and you clearly, are building a business because you're doing a ton of brand deals.
Yeah.
How do you straddle all of this? Like,
it's tough. When someone asks me, तुम करते क्या? मैं सीधा बोलती हूँ मैं entertainment में हूँ. बस full stop, because मैं समझा नहीं पाती. But I'll tell you, this month for example, I will do everything. It's not like Saturday, Sunday मैं काम नहीं करती. आज Sunday है. I will work every day. When I feel like I'm reaching burnout, I will leave the country for 1 week. So every day I'm working. For example, I work with Star Sports as a cricket anchor. I did IPL and World Cup.
That was amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to host Shark Tank's new season.
Really?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So
Congratulations.
that's happening. My film Laila Majnu just got re-released. My web show Tanav came, and I teach sometimes at ISB whenever they call me, IM and MICA. I have a master class called What They Don't Teach You in Business School. I'm freelancing with some brands. And content creation is happening. Even though I don't believe I'm a content creator, I feel like that is just a spillover effect of all the things that I do. I'm not a content first on my page. I just do what I'm doing and I post it for the world to see.
Wow. But do you know what your viewers or your audience is? It could be someone watching the IPL, or it could be a student in an ISB class, or it could be someone like me watching, watching you in a brand endorsement.
Yeah.
But is there something that combines all of these Sahibas from a thematic standpoint? Like, do you hold that close, or do you like, no, that's not?
See,
so
the
important.
only thematic thing that I hold my thing is that I am not just entertaining for the purpose of entertaining. I live my life and I share that with people, and whatever they perceive out of it or learn from it, I'm really happy. For example, if there's so many people who message me regarding only marketing, there's so many people who message me regarding only acting and everything. So I'm showing my life, and whatever from a funnel reaches you, I'm happy with that.
Because even right now, for example, when we started working on calling you for Razorpreneur, you were so responsive on WhatsApp, on Instagram. Like, you didn't need to. Frankly, like, you did not know me, or it's not like we are friends or whatever. But you were so responsive. You said, "Hey, these are the dates that work." And I
Yeah.
told you, "Give me some time." We're like really working it out.
Yeah.
And someone's date, sometimes your date was not working. Sometimes.
No, I'm crazy like that. I'm super organized because there's so much happening. So like every day is scheduled and my calendar has to be like A1 quality. Everything must be organized. I have not OCD, but I'm a organizational freak.
It's very unlike. So I've seen creative people
Yeah.
typically struggle with process orientation of this nature.
No,
the
I have
flair.
Excel sheets for everything. I think again that's where my corporate life comes through. So I'm a creative person with a lot of Excel sheets. Yeah.
Yeah, I always love it. I love when you know creative juices marry process, because that's when it's so beautiful
Yeah.
when it comes out. Otherwise, it becomes
100%.
you know very like untimely art is not art anymore.
Yeah,
It's
actually.
very difficult. No, but that's amazing. And do you have like as a content machine? Like I would actually call you a machine, because this is inhuman. Like you know, I think, over a period of time, your body of work suddenly becomes massive. I
Yeah.
think when you look back, even now,
Yeah.
I think you also will be asking yourself, how did I do all of this together?
You know, it's very funny you're saying this because 2 days ago, I went back to where I used to live and I was standing at this particular spot where I remember crying a few years ago because I was so lost. And that was my transition from Zomato to Unacademy that time. But I was missing out on a lot of things I actually wanted to do as well on the side. And I remember that time I was like, what do I do? What decision do I make? What choices? And now when I look back at it, I was able to do everything I actually wanted to do. So I was really grateful. And I think it's just that leap of faith that you need to take. You need to just say कि तू कर लेगी, तू कर तो, like शुरू तो कर. I think this is what I tell everyone, that just do, don't worry about the end product, just start doing it, execute, and then we'll see.
It's बहुत difficult है, because I think in the world of, especially in the world of influence, content and building content-driven enterprises, the industry is so nascent.
Yeah.
Like we don't have, like for example, in entrepreneurship and personal care, William Colgate started Colgate in the 18th century.
Yeah.
So I know what I can get to if my daily active users become 3 billion, for example.
Right.
But in your world, it is still, it's developing every day.
Every day
So
you're
you don't-
learning while doing it. There is no playbook, I feel, as of now for an individual. The only thing is consistency. Whether you're a brand or a content creator, I think consistency is very important.
Do you have mentors who like teach you, who you work with, who you learn from?
I think everyone I've interacted with, I've learned. My team, my ex-team at Zomato, my manager Chandan, he taught me a lot. My friends, Tanmay, he does things that I'm truly inspired from.
Do they invest in
acting.
you, like someone like Tanmay or Chandan or any of them? Do they invest in your journey even today? Like, are there people who you reach out to if you are in a place where you're crying and wondering what to do?
Not that. I don't have a mentor who I always call and say, okay, this has happened, who's invested in me, but I have a good support system, a bunch of very different people who I can call and saying, okay, this is happening. They're my soundboard.
Is that important in the world of, in a nascent
You know what's
industry?
very important is to have people who act as your mirrors. Because in this industry, because it's digital, everyone knows you're in the public eye, fame can get to you. I've seen a lot of people from small towns, from Delhi, go to Bombay, become super famous and just completely lose themselves, and they're not the same people. And I swear to myself that I won't lose who I am. So I think having those people around you who act as your mirrors, who actually humble you and ground you, are very important. And mentorship, yes. If you're young, you definitely need someone, because again, this is a world that you can get lost.
Really?
Yeah, you can get lost. I've stopped going to these PR events because I'm going to be very brutally honest. I think they're super pretentious and super fake and weird. I go there and everyone's not who they're themselves, and I was like, मैं ये नहीं कर सकती. And I feel I am mature enough to understand that. But if someone's like 19, 20, 21, and what a lot of creators are, they can completely get swallowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the world of sports also is like that, right? Where you're unknown for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like a 3-month season, and suddenly the world knows you.
Oh my God,
and
yes.
The world changes.
And not world. India is obsessed with sports, especially cricket. So if anyone who makes it huge, and I mean, they do play for India, so it's amazing. You're very happy they do that. But again, you need to have that support system to be like, ये अभी हुआ है, बढ़ना ही है. बढ़ना है, humble होके बढ़ना है, because it can really mess up your family life. It can mess up you as an individual. It's tough.
Wow. And it also, like, people don't realize it goes away as quickly as it comes. if you make like a few bad choices.
Yeah, of course. And you know, the limelight is always on you. So this is also tough because when you get a little bit known, what you do in public is just scrutinized.
Yeah.
So, and I can't remember when was the last time when, you know, I think I live fully. मैं सब कुछ बोल देती हूँ, मैं politics के बारे में बात कर लेती हूँ, मैं public में कैसे भी चली जाती हूँ. But now that I realize slowly that I can't do everything that I want to do.
Really?
And it's a little tough, yeah.
Yeah, maybe privately a little bit.
Privately, मुझे इतने लोग बोलते साहिबा मत बोला कर ऐसे. And then recently I went to the cyber cell also because what I say can get so badly scrutinized that you are at the end of a lot of like blasphemous messages and people targeting you, and it can get really scary. And then yeah, तो कुछ बोलते हो तो problem है, कुछ नहीं बोलते तभी भी problem है. मतलब क्या ही करे इंसान.
But बढ़िया, I think do you see yourself actively building a body of work and building this into a full-fledged enterprise business?
Yeah.
With education, entertainment, you know, and showcasing your life to the world with that as a theme?
I actually really enjoy what I do, and I really also enjoy not being put in a bucket. It's very rare. It's tough. It doesn't come easy because I think everyone just sees the end product. No one sees the journey. And बहुत मेहनत लगती है, बहुत sacrifices लगते हैं. Family relationships especially. So I've told myself that till the time I'm not responsible for a child or a family and not responsible in having a husband, I will do whatever I can. And when I reach the stage where I'm very content and I want to start a family, then I will take a step down.
That's amazing clarity, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that.
That's amazing clarity.
Yeah.
Very cool. We have some rapid, and I want to get into some of this stuff with Shashank, Tanmay, and Revant also. So
yes, rapid fire,
but
amazing.
Rapid fire is what we're going with now. What's your favorite go-to content type?
Food videos, specifically ASMR food videos at night.
Really?
Like
That's a very specific thing.
Very specific. Yeah, that's my
Give me an
guilty
example,
pleasure. It's like those mukbang videos where like these Asian people are having ramen and making sounds while eating. This is very gross, but it's a huge market. It's a huge content market.
ASMR has become like really
It gets
crazy,
like
right?
millions of views of just people eating.
I never thought MasterChef will become as big as it is because anyone viewing it is not really sensing the real. But I was so wrong.
Because food evokes every sensory thing, and it's a visual aspect that triggers an emotional reaction. So when you're seeing food, भूख क्यों लगती है? Even though you just had dinner, it's psychological. I love it. और मैं गलती करती हूँ कि मैं 1 बजे सुबह देखती हूँ, फिर मुझे चॉकलेट या फिर कुछ चिप्स खाना पड़ता है.
But today also that's something that you love doing.
Every night I have to watch my food videos.
One word to describe your content style.
Real, authentic.
Do you think everyone wants to be that? Do you think that's like even Revant was saying authentic? Like,
no, I feel for some people work at what the audiences want to see. I work in what I want to show. So you could be either side of the coin. For people who like go into data of what their audiences want to see, and you know this is working, this is not, then that might not be authentic because you're curating content that somebody else wants to share. So you will start building on that.
but do you not read comments and get shaped by it, or you like?
I
not?
love comments. I think the Indian comment section is the best thing.
Dude, comments on YouTube are hilarious.
They're too good. In fact, I've stopped seeing the full content. I see a little bit and then I start scrolling ki comments mein kya likha hai. But yeah, I think mine would be real and authentic. I don't listen to you should do this.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. One app you can never delete from your phone and why?
WhatsApp.
No, outside of WhatsApp. I think WhatsApp.
WhatsApp and Instagram. Uber, Google Flights. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Bombay, I don't have a car and I'm there 20 days a month, so I'm only on Ubers. And Google Flights because last year took 107 flights. It's a lot of flights.
But you wouldn't do it on like Make My Trip or one of the actual flight aggregator. You'll use Google for it?
Google Flights is the best because it's like a amalgamation that shows you all the. So on Google Flights, I'll know Make My Trip mein kya hai, or Skyscanner mein kya hai, or GoIBibo mein kya hai. So,
Really?
yeah.
Interesting.
So
That's
it's a cheat. It's a trick.
Quick note for me also.
Yeah.
Best time of the day to post?
You go to your insights and see हर individual का different होता है. मेरे insights में -9 PM.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. One social media hack that you have mastered that you think very few people know about?
Oh, that's a good one. Stop using hashtags in stories. A lot of brands do this. It will not get you any traction. People are not clicking on hashtags, and it just looks cluttered. And it's a psych-driven thing also. जितना text तुम्हारे content में होता है, उतना ज़्यादा skippable वो content होता है.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So least text and hashtags do not work on stories. They will only work on a post.
They work on posts?
They work on posts for search. So if I'm just on Instagram and I search black pants, any post that has hashtag black pants will come. But stories तो नहीं आएंगी तो.
Understood. Understood.
Listen, I really want brands to know this because I'm sick of doing brand collaborations. Like आपने hashtag नहीं डाला, नहीं काम आता. Hashtag क्यों use कर रहे हैं हम?
Good point. Scripted or spontaneous content?
Spontaneous. I've hardly done any scripted content apart from films.
But spontaneous content is actually really hard, right? It's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard,
People think
but
it's easy, but it's not.
if you're a natural, it's very easy. If you're someone who really likes structure to content, then it is very hard. Because
That depend
anything
on-
can go anywhere.
Does it depend on the kind of content? Like, for example,
Also, I think if it's a very formal content, then you need to know where the conversation is going.
one trend you wish someone started.
One trend that I wish someone started, banning dance videos. I don't know why
don't
they're
know it?
trending. I don't know why like 2 seconds of dance does perform so well in our country. I feel it's very ridiculous seeing highly educated people doing 3-second thumkas for views. I may be horrible for saying it, but I just don't
But
understand.
that's the entertainment.
Either you dance and you love dancing, then do it. Put a camera and start dancing. But like 100 people doing the same dance just for views, I find that herd mentality absolutely
You've never done
bizarre. I've never done it. I will never ever do it.
Quickest way to boost engagement.
Quickest way to boost engagement, consistency.
And when quantify that?
Being complete, like I believe in compounded marketing. तुम जितना करते हो उतना जाके end में compound होके कुछ result मिलता है. So if you pick a niche, constantly talk about the same niche
Over and over.
over and over again. If you're a brand and you want to position yourself by constantly talking about how you want to be perceived. If you skip and if you lax, then it won't get established.
Long captions or one-liners?
One-liners.
Why?
I don't know if you guys know about my captions. I take a lot of pride in my captions.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
tell me more.
They're all puns and they're very funny and they're all word plays and I love them. I feel like if I had one job, I would be a copywriter for just brands to write captions.
Really?
Yeah, I write
Is that a
captions for
Zomato
everyone.
skill? Is that a Zomato conditioning? Or because
No, it was a
Zomato-
personal that I've been doing since years, since college. I've just been using puns to express myself. I love it.
Really?
And then
That's
people call me Caption Queen and I get very happy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's amazing. Most surprising thing about becoming famous / becoming recognizable?
The responsibility that comes with it and the restriction that your life starts seeing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like in what way?
For example, I was at a music festival and I was drinking. It's a music festival, so I was in Arunachal Pradesh and some local lady gave me rice wine, जो उसने घर पे बनाया था. So I was like, of course I'll have. And then people came to take photos and then my PR team was like, take with alcohol. And like the things that you can't do. Then, for example, I have signed with a certain brand and I was talking with a different brand and I was wearing their clothes. You can't be seen wearing this because you signed with the brand. So like these things have started to come and I'm honestly not very happy about that. But these restrictions end up coming.
But you can walk the streets and all easily?
I'm happy with people walking up to me and talking. That's completely fine. It's just behind the screen where people misbehave.
Interesting. At what time did you decide for this to be a full-time gig and that you don't want to work and do this on the side also?
I still haven't decided.
Really?
Yeah, I still
Why?
haven't decided. I'm still doing all of the things that I like doing. So if I say a full-time gig, it'll be like maybe I've left a bunch of things to only do this. So yeah, it's just one of the baltis.
That's amazing. Actually, plurality of content is such a wonderful thing because I think here is one industry where I think focus can become a massive Achilles heel.
It can.
Because
Wait,
you then-
echo chamber that we were talking about.
Echo
then you
chamber bhi ho
get-
sakta hai,
Yeah.
become the skills don't develop as fast.
I also feel like you have to keep innovating yourself and innovation will only come with multiple. Yeah.
That's a good point. This is very helpful. Badhiya. Thank you so much, Sahiba. I will dive deeper onto your content
Yes.
stuff, after lunch, but thank you so much for spending time, and very inspiring to see your journey. I hope that the way you built your body, your work continues to exponentially grow. I think it's very inspiring.
Thank you so much. And like I told him that today I used Bombay shaving products in the morning, the purple razor and the purple foam. I keep forgetting the name, but I remember the product really well.
Bombay Glam Up and the foam.
Yeah, it works really well. No cuts. Amazing.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sahiba. Pleasure. Thank you.